Welcome back to Makeup Tip Tuesday, but this time on a Friday. I'm just gonna start calling these just makeup tip of the week because we're gonna surprise you. You never know what day these are gonna land, especially now as we are scaling incredibly fast and reorganizing all of our MisMacK life and systems to be able to handle this scale, including our website. I know it has been something that has been a thorn in our side ever since it's launched, and we're happy to say that we have to let this go so we can grow. We will be switching over to a new platform come Black Friday. So bear with us as we navigate a new and improved system. So it's easier to navigate, easier to shop, and yeah, we've had nothing kind of but complaints, and it's been nothing but a nightmare on the back end. So bear with us as we do that. So as we are coming down from the BC Lions, other team members were at the Elks for the ovarian cancer event. We are just on such a life high that we have such an honor to be part of these amazing CFL experiences. And to have people at the BC Lions come up and be like, we met you at the Grey Cup, and oh my gosh, it's so amazing to see you again, or to hear our story for the first time and how my son and I built gameplay eye black together as a need because I wouldn't let him wear eye black because there's literally one on the market for a warning with lead, and I really wish that we had this when I went into Dragon's Den. We found it at MVP and Langley when we were there. I don't think we were delivering their sticks, but I think it was the first time that they had us on the shelves and we came and did a store visit. And we were like, well, let's look at all the back of the other ingredients. And there's literally one for a warning with lead, and they ended up pulling it. And it's crazy because this is what we're putting on our kids, we're putting on our athletes, on our professional athletes. And it's wild. And a lot of parents have approached me after them switching to gameplay and expressing how awesome it is that their child can wear eye black again without getting skin rashes or without getting migraines. We did this as a fun mother-son project, and we never anticipated it would be where we are today. So with that being said, this week's makeup tip, and I'm saying this in quotations, is because it's gonna be all on gameplay eye black and the glitters. We had a question this week that came across my desk of how to get the eye black solid black without any of the color shining through with the glitter. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about with this is contrast based on the color of eye black that you have. So if you have the white, the green, the blue, or the black, and soon to be orange. Yes, I'll kind of play with that a little bit while we do this. It depends on the contrast, because if you ever do white and you try to put the dark blue over top of it, it's gonna look dirty because the contrast is not correct. So think the lighter the eye black, the lighter the glitter, the darker the eye black, the darker the glitter. Now, what also matters is like the hue, the brightness of it. So we'll go deep into that. The other one that we're gonna do is we're going to do Noah Fish, his viral fishes that he does on his cheeks. Now he does fish and a star. He plays for the party animals. He has gone viral multiple times using his gameplay eye black, and he has messaged us saying how much he loves it. We did just have a new package that landed to them yesterday. So all the teams at Savannah Bananas have gameplay in their locker. We're so excited, but they love it, and they bring so much joy to millions of fans across the globe, and they all deserve to be wearing gameplay eye black. We're truly honored. So I'm gonna show you how to do that guy, and then I'm gonna push the glitter in, and then I'm gonna do white, blue, and green, and a little bit of the orange, so you can see the different contrasts with the different glitter over top. Now, with our glitter being incredibly pigmented, you can actually cover the entire black, so it is this blue, or our new O Canada red, so the black is not shining through. It just takes a little bit of patience. So let's get started. I have my grit kit with my handy mirror. Do not forget to take off the plastic, so it is a clear mirror. Yes, that plastic can come off, so then you have a full, awesome mirror at the palm of your hand. So we're gonna use this to apply our gameplay. I'm gonna go over my back of my hand just to make sure that it's not one that has been open for a while. There we go. Okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna do the fish. So I'm gonna start with a line going down. Okay, so that's the fish's tail. And now what he does is he goes like this, and then comes up and comes back around and goes like that. Now, you can make this as big or as little as you'd want. I made my tail quite big, so I'm gonna make him a little bit more balanced. Okay, there is my fishy eye black. Okay, now I probably should have done him a little bit more up close here, but for purpose sakes, you can see it on the side of my cheek. We're gonna take our glitter. Now, I'm gonna make him blue because fishes swim in the sea. I'm gonna put my gameplay down. Now, the key to success is to press. So we're gonna pick up our finger, obviously. We're gonna dip it into our eye black and we're going to press it over top of the eye black. So you don't wanna just press and then swipe it. You want to press it in to the eye black so it is solid, okay? Because I find if you drag it, it's not gonna stick properly and it's going to, I'm gonna use my handy little shelf here on my grit kit and then press. So the grit kit is designed to be a studio in the palm of your hand, which we will be relaunching them this fall, so stay tuned. We're changing up the guts that's in them. So stay tuned for that. But you can see how opaque this will go. And it's just a matter of picking it up, pressing it in. Once it's set, it does not transfer and it is incredibly sweat-proof, okay? Sweat-proof. The other question that we had is, if you're in the sun, is it gonna leave this as like a suntan? No, because there is no sunscreen in it, so there's no, it's not gonna block the sun, so you're not gonna be left with a fishy tan onto your face. I really should have brought that up. I know, you're watching me like, we should have brought that up. It's okay, it's for educational purposes only. So you saw how many times I've picked this up and I have pressed this into my eye black. Like so. So it's just a matter of pressing and pushing it in. Now, let's talk about contrast, okay? I'm gonna grab my white grit stick, okay? I'm gonna do it right onto top of my cheeks. I personally like the white just on its own. I think it gives such a great contrast to the glitter. So if we were to come in with the blue, so this is what's in our Blue Bombers bag fan kit, you would get this, okay? So those two, the black and then the gold. Now, if you were to, let's for instance, go over with the red over the white, you're gonna see it kind of looks dirty. So it has, because the reason why is because the glitter is too dark to really blend in with the white. If you go in with jade, however, next to it, see the difference that makes? So the contrast is really important. So the ones that work really well with the white are unicorn, diamonds, jade. And let's try the new orange. This guy is dropping in September with our new orange sticks. And yeah, it could work. But anything darker, it's not gonna, you're not gonna get that same grasp of the depth within. It's gonna look dirty. So I love jade over the white. It looks so pretty. And then my other one that I absolutely love, so that's jade over the white guy. If you were to do the rooted green over the blue, it gives you the most beautiful teal tone ever. This is what I love to use on my eyes. So I actually also have the white grit stick on my eyes as my eyeshadow base, and then with a brush, I pushed over art shadows to set it, and this is completely sweat-proof, transfer-proof, crease-proof. So I did this at about 7 o'clock this morning. It hasn't budged. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday, and it hasn't moved. Like so. So you can see how many times I'm picking this up, pushing it over the eye black. I'm gonna put this in my handy dandy grit kit. What the grit kit's made for is like your little shelf, your little studio, and you press it in. So the more pick up and presses you do, the more opaque it'll be. If you kind of glide it with your finger, you're just gonna still get the color shining through and it's gonna be more sheer, So this is the new orange dropping into, oh no, sorry, just kidding. That's the new red that's coming out at Christmas. I totally thought that was the orange. This is the new red that is coming out for Christmas. We had it for the Calgary Stampeders when they were playing against the BC Lions as a sample. So that's the new red coming out in Christmas. And then you can push the red glitter, or the pink would be really pretty over top. So you get a little bit of a different hue. You could ombre it. So picking up and pressing. So the key to success is to pick up and to press into your eye block. You can see when I more push it and glide it, you're gonna get a very sparse glitter. So I hope that that helps. I hope that it gives you a little bit more better idea of the application to be able to get the solid, opaque gameplay eye black glitter compared to something that's a little bit more sheer that shines through. So key to success, press and push in. Now, the other thing that I really want to talk to you about is why gameplay is here and why we're really taking over. So for those of you that don't know the story, I'm Missy MacKintosh. I'm the founder and CEO of MisMacK Clean Cosmetics. I created MisMacK in my small town basement of Canoe, BC, and grew it into a national brand. In 2023, I actually lost my dad, and during that grief period, I went to my son and was like, hey, do you want to make an eye block? Just as like a fun mother-son project. Eye block was like such a huge trend, with kids not just wearing one stripe, but like everywhere, like all over the face. And it was literally 3 years ago, which is crazy to think. 2020, yeah, 2024, no, 2023. So yeah, 3 years ago. We were in Kelowna at one of the tournaments, which my son starts this tournament when you're watching this today. And 3 years ago, my mother-in-law watched all these kids from Vancouver come out with all this eye black. And she's like, I don't even want to know what's in that stuff that's on their face. I'm like, you really don't. She's like, you should maybe think about making an eye black. I'm like, I don't think you're wrong. And then we started just like playing off these names of like, what about this name? What about this name? And so then I went to Evan. I was like, do you want to do this together? Like we have the manufacturing. Let's give it a try. And he's like, okay. And he did everything from package design to branding to naming it Gameplay. We were originally going to name it Game On, but Game On is heavily trademarked. So he learned about trademarks at the age of 12. And I was like, hey, I'm like, do you want to pitch on Dragon's Den? Like, why not? And he's like, okay, because I didn't know what to do with it. I had this entire cosmetics line and amazing skincare that we were award-winning, really getting known to it. I built this as a professional for my kit and to hold up through light to heat to sweat. And so when we pitched on the Dragon's Den, I literally had the sticks for about 3 weeks, and I didn't really know what to do with them. And we got the best advice ever. It was the best experience ever. As you all know, we didn't get a deal, but Arlene saw it. She actually bought my prototype grit kit off of me. I went in with 2. I only came home with 1 because she took one and purchased it for her granddaughter before it was even finalized, before we launched it. So I knew at that time that we were onto something, which led to us creating Sports Color Cosmetics. So Sports Color Cosmetics is a category of products that hold up to light, to heat, to sweat, to on the field, off the field, that are completely clean, meaning when you put this onto your system and you heat up, these ingredients are not going to soak into your system and it's not going to be a battle. So like I say, some of them have a warning with lead on it, and we're putting this stuff on our kids. So that's why we created Sports Color Cosmetics, and that's why we are now partnered with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. We are used by the Western CFL, and we have some really exciting things coming down the pipeline. So if you are in Langley, you can get us at MVP. We have, who else do we have at the coast? I think MVP is the only one at the coast. We have 32 PharmaSaves from the island all the way to Ontario that carry us, and we have 14 Source for Sports across Canada, and local independent retailers like Portia Ella in Winnipeg who do our free pampering sessions. So if you're in Winnipeg and you found us through the Bombers, head on over to Portia Ella, get yourself a free pampering session and experience all of MisMacK. Then we have Mezzo's in Vernon who has the full collection. Green Vanity, so Nikki in Kelowna has us. Chevy Source for Sports has us in Kelowna, and we're only growing from there. So I hope this helps. I hope that you've learned lots about how to utilize your gameplay and your glitter to make it solid. It's all in the press and the layers. So once you get it on, take that time, push it in. And if you need help with anything, please feel free to comment below of what you're struggling with or what you would like to see me to do. And I am happy to make a makeup tip video for you. So we're gonna call it the weekly makeup tips, whether it's with gameplay with your brushes or even just removal. How do you remove this? Happy to do a video for you. So thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And if you're at the ball field with your kids this weekend and they are rocking it, can you please post and tag us or send me pictures? Because it means so much to me from this little founder. I feel like I'm part of your team. So thank you so much. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. We'll see you next week.